Hi, my name is Adrian, and today I'm going to be talking about the proliferation of widescreen films in both the home and in cinema. Over the past century, as cinema has blossomed into the industry that we see it as today, there have been a host of different ways to experience films. In this short time, it would be nearly impossible to discuss them all without speaking at breakneck speeds that would rival Joe Azuzu. In order to combat this, only the most important and revolutionary changes will be discussed. When theaters first came into prominence, there was only one standard size of screen. Built to Thomas Edison's specifications, the Academy ratio was formatted in such a way to become the industry standard. For nearly 30 years, this went virtually unchallenged. This quote-unquote full-screen aspect ratio became the standard for television sets until recent years. In the 1950s, the screen widened in movie theaters in order to combat the threat that television posed to the industry. Even at inexpensive prices that movie theaters offered, if you could stay at home and experience the same thing, why go out? Films in widescreen sought to fill the viewer's full field of vision with an image. What started out as a novelty to moviegoers, like many other ways to entice people to go out to the theater, has since become the industry standard for filming. The first commercial films shown in widescreen used 20th Century Fox's CinemaScope technology, or a close variation. Using a special compression lens to film, the resulting projection of this anamorphic image was more than twice its width and its height, depending on the system used. Using a standard television screen as a comparison, CinemaScope offered an image that was nearly twice as wide. Many films today are still filmed using similar techniques, although CinemaScope is long gone. Using a much wider aspect ratio, though, might give too much visual information. As a cinematographer, the first job is to determine whether or not using such a wide ratio is even necessary. CinemaScope is extraordinarily wide for normal use, and is often restricted to certain types of movies that require a very cinematic or epic look to them. For your everyday film, look no further than what has become one of the other standards, VistaVision. This effect can also be achieved by matting, both hard and soft. By cropping out image information in post-production, the filmmaker can achieve the desired visual effect in a range from a ratio of 1.66 to 1 to 1.85 to 1. In turn with the change in the early days of cinema to widescreen, the home movie market in recent years has begun to turn as well. When video cassettes first became available, the only way to see a film in the home was in an aspect ratio that, while it fit the screen, cropped out necessary visual information. The technique is called pan and scan and involves cutting out the size of a widescreen film and panning across when something important takes place. Depending on the original aspect ratio of the film, this can cut out nearly half the image, as seen in the example on your screen. Until recent years, film studios released only handfuls of VHS films in widescreen, due to the fact that consumers were poorly educated about the black bars that they would see on the top and bottom of their television screens. With the advent of DVD technology in the past 10 years, this has become less and less the case, as most DVDs offer both versions, a full screen and a widescreen version, on one disc. But now films can be enjoyed in their originally intended aspect ratio due to consumer demand and the advent of widescreen televisions and computer monitors, most of which display 16 by 9. With the recent adoption of the Blu-ray DVD format, films can now truly be seen as originally intended, in full definition widescreen, and as their directors intended for them to be seen. And that pretty much concludes what I have to say about the history of widescreen in the cinema and in the home. Thanks for listening.